driver seat, ISOFIX compatible, as C was talking about. Push button start, 3D multifunctional dashboard. See,
on the outside, when you're looking at it, it's a pretty car. You know, if you squint a little bit, you might mistake it for a BMW, because that's how good it looks. And the reason for that actually is because the Haval, the person who was designing Havals used to design for BMW. So that's why if you squint a little, you see the similarities. The chrome grills, it's sleek, it's beautiful. We like the Haval, and it's value for money. On the road, it's very stable. You know, I know people think Chinese vehicles aneka noise mkati. In the Haval, there's no feedback that comes inside. It's very solid, it's very sturdy. It's a beautiful drive. On our bad roads, and my roads portal, it drove very nicely. You know, the suspension handled it very, very well.
I like the part where you say you squint. So every time I go into I'm like, imagine I'm in a BMW. So I'm squinting inside, and I'm like, oh, I'm imagining a BMW. But
the other good thing about Haval is they've added the luxury from the standard spec. You know, it's got all the extras, the luxury stuff. It looks very good, smooth cloth on the seats, and then the finish here, piano
liqueur,
not liqueur.
Not liquor.
All right, I did enjoy it as well, because I haven't gone for the test drive. Obviously, I missed the first test drive when you guys tested it. But listen, when I went in there, and it's parked outside, I had to, and the kids have been with me for a couple of days now. I've been feeling really, really important in here. Everybody wants to see the Haval. It's like, go and see Joe. You know. So I really, when I sat inside, I was reminded, and I know you said we squint, but I didn't have to squint, because it felt like, you know, some of the adjustments, the automated adjustments on the driver's seat, felt like I was in a Mercedes-Benz. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or you get more car for less. You get more car for less.
You don't have to do that manual thing of and then you're going backwards or front and stuff like that. It's manual. You can do that while you're still driving. It's electric. So I really enjoyed that. Apart from that, it is just a good family car all around. I could picture myself driving to the Cape Winelands, or not even farther than Chimani, man.
When
it's an SUV. You need to climb the mountains up and down.
Cruise control. It's also got Bluetooth connectivity, Apple CarPlay as well, and the spec that we had the sunroof as well. So it was really
I enjoy that.
Exciting.
I deliberately hit on portals, and
during the test drive,
you should see the look you got from Bradley.
It's not here. And
so
you know,
why you do it?
It's got this solid feel when you hit a portal. I mean, how else do you test a vehicle? You've got to hit a portal.
Really? Bradley's not so chuffed right now.
He's never giving you another vehicle.
Like our Zimoco cars are not coming here anytime.
You know, it's got this solid, soft, feel when you hit a portal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the Haval H2. It is parked outside. Remember, we are still having test drives today from 2 down to 5 p.m. Bradley is here, and of course, he'll be giving us the deal of the week. He's seated with us. It's just a little bit quiet now when he hears all these things about portals and his cars just being tested to the max. But he'll be talking more about that.
That's how we test this vehicle.
Exactly. But come through to CAPITALK FM Gardens. It is number 1 Yardley Road. All you have to do is when you're driving down to CPT, it is after the Shangri-La restaurant, just 10 left. You see the car on the corner with all the flags, Zimoco and Haval, flying in the air. And that's the car that you could actually test drive today between 2 and 5. 19 after 1 is your time. So let's talk about, quickly before we go into the next part of this conversation. When we're talking about the Haval H2, how fast does it go? I mean, you guys, how fast did you actually have to push it? Did you go on a straight road? Did you go on an abandoned airfield? What did you do? I mean,
we would have loved to take it off-road. Unfortunately, we didn't really go off-road. We're mostly on the Harare streets and highways. But we did take it through its paces, and Andrew will testify to how well it did.
It's a nippy car. It's quite fast. The off-take is very good. Yeah.
I would like, and Bradley will have to explain this a little bit. He won't like this criticism. We did feel a bit of lag when you push on the pedal and you're trying to get it to move faster and faster. You know, we'll give him some time to talk about it. You know, that was the one tiny thing. He probably would explain the turbo aspects, but so we would like to hear from him about that.
All right.
And the fuel consumption as well. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
It's very reasonable. 8.2 liters per 100 kilometers.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
You know, with the fuel shortages in Zim.
Engine
This
capacity
is for the
would
manual.
be,
The automatic is slightly higher.
But it's
Very
perfect.
reasonable.
It's very reasonable. And when we talk about fuel prices going up on a day-to-day basis, we have to take that into consideration. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, it is a Drive Talk right here on CAPITALK 100.4 FM with Joe, Cee, and Dre. And of course, Bradley is hanging on and waiting to give us the deal of the week. All right.
Every day of the week, Monday to Friday at 17:35 hours, CAPITALK 100.4 FM brings you Pick and Drop. If you have lost something or picked up something, report it. Pick up and drop off points are CAPITALK FM, Star FM, and Herald House security points. Send WhatsApp to 0719 100 404 or call 0242 442 924 to report lost and found items. Pick and drop on CAPITALK 100.4 FM at your service.
Ensure peace of mind by making informed security and safety decisions. Meet the experts in self, home, business, vehicle and cybersecurity at the Safety Solutions Weekend Experience on the 28th and 29th of February 2020. On the Friday, workshops, breakaway sessions, plus Q&A platforms with security experts. On Saturday, bring the whole family for business and pleasure experience. Both days are open to the public and entrance is free. Contact Kane on 0719 472 915 for more information.
Valentine's with a punch.
That's right. Punch Bowl manufacturers and distributors of your home's favorite products, delicious swish squash, natural lemon juice for the flavor and punch in your meals, plus skincare products, Velveteen and Bint El Sudan petroleum jellies. Stand a chance to win a hamper for your partner filled with these amazing products by sending the Valentine's message with the most punch to your partner. Send a WhatsApp to 0774 374 789. Prefix your message with CAPITALK FM, then your message, and let us know your favorite love song.
23 after 1, and we are back on Drive Talk with Joe, Cee, and Dre. And of course, Bradley joins us this afternoon to give us the car deal of the week. And he is here, and he's joining us from Zimoco. Bradley, thank you very much for joining us.
It's a pleasure, Joe.
We've got the Haval H2 sitting outside. We've been talking all sorts of things about it. We test drive it, we sat on it, and we're trying to just fidget with it. But you're obviously the official word. Whatever you say, we're most probably going to take.
It's gospel, eh?
Like that.
You used to sell the car.
Thank
All
you
right.
for having me, guys.
So, okay. See,
Perhaps you can start by explaining to us why should one buy a Haval?
Okay. I think all of the things you guys actually said touch actually on the H2. Its DNA, its value proposition, it's eye-catching, it's got a sporty look, it's modern, it's versatile. You can go. You said you're hitting potholes, so you can go off-road as a soft SUV. You can go off-road. It's nice to drive around town. It's comfortable. Those are all the things that I think any buyer would be looking at in a vehicle.
all right. So when we look at the Haval H2, a lot of people will say, okay, it's coming from Great Wall Motors from China, and a lot of people will be thinking, the moment you mention the word
Chinese.
Yeah.
Chinese. Run the other way.
Yeah. So what sets it apart from all the other Chinese?
I'm actually glad you've asked that question, Joe. I'll probably be one of the culprits and victims. We've all bought probably a cheap toy or something like that for one of our children, and it's broken after a short period of time. Something that Haval has done differently is they've realized that the future for vehicles is in the SUV segment. So the Haval range is an SUV range, and their strategy is to penetrate globally. That being said, they've acknowledged that quality, reliability and performance are key to succeeding in the world. And I think that they've done something right. They brought quality components into the vehicles, OEM components, that will give you longevity of life, reliability and satisfaction of the experience.
All right. So I personally, don't have a problem with where the car is coming from, although almost everybody's biased, Germany, Italy, and, all these kind of nice places where cars are actually said to be coming from. But when we look about, putting a turbo in that, a lot of people just come through and they start thinking, okay, turbo, fuel.
Yeah.
Is that the case with our Haval H2?
It's actually the opposite, Joe. A turbo is supposed to give you more power and consume less fuel.
Oh.
Yes. So it gives you the best of both worlds.
All right.
Yeah. Do you think we will ever get a version of the diesel version? Because Zimbabweans are.
I'll be honest.
Crazy.
I'll be
about diesel for no reason. Really.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. There is no plan for a diesel engine coming out, especially in the H2 range. And if you look at this segment and its competitors as well, they are predominantly petrol-driven drivetrains. There's one or two brands. You mentioned the Duster, the Renault Duster. The EcoSport is petrol as far as I know. It's all petrol. Even got a 1 liter turbocharged petrol engine. So predominantly all the brands are petrol. And if you look at the manufacturers and the responsibility to the environment, they are actually going petrol with all the engines that they're producing. And we're seeing it as a genuine distributor in the market, dealing with principals directly on the factories. They're pushing petrol engines just to bring down pollution and things like that to us and our future.
I'm going to ask you that difficult question about the lag when you were trying to accelerate on the H2.
Yeah, no problem. Lag. Okay, I always say that lag is something that's relative to somebody's experience or expectation of the vehicle. Inverted commas, I'd say that all engines have lag. It's what you're expecting out of it. They're turbocharged. When you look at the technical specification of the H2, it's got more kilowatt than its competitors, 105 kilowatts. Its competitors are the lower end of 90 and in the 80s. So yes, there is lag, but it's really what you're expecting out of it. You could say I'm biased, but I think that the performance is quite good.
All right. The last and final question I'll pose to you. But first, before we do that, I would like to invite all our listeners to come through on 0719 100 404 as we talk about these 14 cars that are going to be part and parcel of the car of the year 2019. We're starting off with the Haval H2. We've got Cee and Dre in the studio. And, of course, Bradley joins us from Zimoco, talking about the Haval H2 in all ways that we can. So if you'd like to get in touch with us, please come through on 0719 100 404. Or you can call us on 0772 269 229 on 0732 837 837. Am I going to get service if I buy the Haval H2 and or somewhere local? Or you're gonna tell me, or you're gonna tell me, you're gonna tell me we have to import the thing from China and stuff like that.
I mean, that's another thing about Chinese products. It's the backup and after sales support. Something I can say that Haval is part of the GWM or Great Wall Motors group of companies, and as Zimoco, we've been representing Great Wall Motors or the Steed Bucky. I would say at least for about 12, 13 years now. And everybody knows that Zimoco is all about reliability and quality of service. So rest assured, Zimoco is here to stay. Haval has come into the rest of the world and is looking to compete and expand. I don't believe that they're going to come in and run away. So rest assured you'll get your after sales support, and the warranty is 3 years and 100,000 kilometers.
All right.
Jeff asked something on Twitter, was it?
Yeah, Jeff said, we've got a couple of Twitter responses coming through. Let me just go through to them. While we do that, maybe we can take one or two messages or questions from you guys.
I'll just speak about the Haval brand. You see so many of them in South Africa now. Apparently they're selling 500 units per month, and in China they've sold over 1 million units.
Yes.
You know,
A
year.
Yes.
So like what kind of sales have you enjoyed with the Haval range locally?
Yeah, actually in South Africa, who've been selling it now for about 8 years, they actually broke the 1,000 unit mark per month.
Per month. That's
They
crazy.
actually broke that in September last year, which is a milestone. It shows that they're entering the big boy realm. And in Zimbabwe locally, we've been selling it now for a year. It is well received. Yes, there is reservations, like we're discussing around Chinese product, but something that we've done to give people the experience and have their own, should I say, first-hand experience of the vehicle. We do have demonstration vehicles available. If somebody's seriously looking at it, we can do test drives. You can evaluate the vehicle on your own without taking sales pitch from people. So the vehicles are here. We're confident about the brand.
All right. It is 29 minutes before we get to 2 o'clock right here on CAPITALK 100.4. It is Drive Talk with Joe, Cee, and Dre. And, of course, Bradley joins us from Zimoco. On our Twitter handle at CAPITALK FM, Jeff Murimbechi sent a message and says, I've always wanted to ask why Haval must be special. Any reason why Haval or Haval?
Haval.
Have I been saying it right?
Haval.
Haval.
It's Haval.
Haval.
It's a play on words, Chinese to English. Basically, have it all.
Oh.
So yeah,
Haval.
why is it special if you want to have it all? There you go. There's a vehicle for you.
No, that's a good sales.
Okay. And at Shati Stive, which is Tribe Shati, he says, surely Zim is always behind. How can you introduce that Haval or Haval
Right.
now was in SA, Botswana and Namibia dzimwe dzatogara pamatombo?
Yeah. It's all about distributorship. Before a product enters a market, due diligence has to be done. The principal looks at partnering with the correct local representative who they've chosen in Zimoco. So all of this has to be done. And Haval's strategy was to first launch in South Africa because of the dynamics of the South African motor industry and market. And they did that. They've established themselves, and they've decided now to spread their wings wider into the region and
It's
the rest of
actually,
Africa.
more difficult to launch in South Africa than in Zambia.
Much more difficult.
Yeah.
And even if you look at the other Chinese brands in South Africa, they haven't really done well. They've reached their plateau, their climax, and just maintain it. Haval is growing month on month, year on year, strength to strength.
Any chance of a Haval truck?
That's what we're looking at this
I
year.
love trucks.
That's what we're looking at this
Everybody
year.
loves
Something
a truck.
very exciting coming. Something very exciting coming.
All right. Baba Momo on our WhatsApp platform says, hey, Joe, Chinese made. He's got his own reservations. But I'll tell you what, the reason is, as we were discussing, it's all issues pertaining to that katrongo fungidzira kanobuda from China. But I tell you what, with the Haval H2, it's parked outside. We're going to test drive it today. Come through and witness it for yourself. Don't read one of those magazines. Don't go online.
Yeah.
It's here and on at Zimoco as
Something
well.
I'd like to say, Joe, we've got test drives on Saturdays at the Borrowdale showroom. I'd like to extend the invitation. Like I said, we've got a demo model of each of the units that we sell. Come through to Zimoco at Sam Levy's village and book a test drive. Give us a call.
All right. It is just a few seconds before we close off. We're hoping our comedian Long John will be in the studio to give us a car joke of the day. But hopefully next time he will be able to be on time to perform his jokes. But here's what we're going to be doing. Next week we're reviewing another car as well. Dre, what car are we looking at next week?
The Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland.
the grip Grand.
Grand Cherokee Overland.
Whenever you hear those words in that
tongue twister,
Jeep, you know it's a good car, and it's a Grand. And then Cherokee comes in, you'll be like, okay, what's a Cherokee? Oh, you want to try?
It's one of the participants.
And then Overland.
Yeah.
And it's like he's going over the land.
Exactly.
So in the next 14 weeks, we will be reviewing all the cars which have been nominated for Car of the Year. And if you'd like to get in touch with us on our social media platforms, our Facebook is facebook.com/DriveTalk. And talk is TORQUE, just in case. You can email us on motoring@drivetalk.com. Twitter is DriveTalkZim. And you can also send us a WhatsApp on 0778-729-988. So get in touch with us. Tell us what you think. We're open to feedback. We would like to know, what would you like to know more about? Would you like to ask more difficult questions? Prepare them for the Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland next week.
All right, that would be great indeed. Any last words from you, Bradley? I know today we've got the test drive from 2 down to 5. Yeah. What do we have to do? Do I have to call in, send a text? Exactly.
In principle, just give us a call in advance so we don't double book. But yeah, I'd like to extend the invitation. Come through, do the test drive, feel the vehicles for yourself.
Any last words from you, Dre?
Yes.
Dr.
If you
Dre.
pop in,
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Dr. Dre. And if you pop in for a test drive between 2 and 5, there's going to be a lucky test driver who's going to go away with a Haval gym bag.
Oh wow. I'm looking at doing the gym in a couple of weeks from now, so I must
You need a bag.
Yeah, I need a bag.
Do it for the bag.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that ends and concludes our very first edition of Drive Talk right here on CAPITALK 100.4 FM. We're coming back next week between 1 and 1:30. Do not touch that dial. And any queries whatsoever, direct them to our social pages. That is at CAPITALK 100.4 FM. You can go to our Facebook Drive Talk page. Remember, the talk is not the TALK. It is that talk for fast cars. TORQUE. All right, so get us live there and ask all the questions that you have pertaining to Zim Car of the Year, and you can go to the website www.zimbabwecaroftheyear.com and you can start voting for your car. Let's see which car actually does take it. Dre, the culmination of the Zim Car of the Year, it's going to be a grand finish to it, right?
Yes, we're going to
after 14 weeks. Yep.
Yeah, end of May, we're going to have a mother of all functions, red carpet, who's going to be there. Yeah, man, watch the space.
Watch the space.
Yeah.
All right, another question coming through just before we go through. What is the fuel efficiency of the car now? A review done in AU says 9 liter per 100 kilometers in this day and age for a 1.5 liter car isn't that good.
Okay. As C said, their experience when they